alive, people. I'm alive. I'm alive and I've had some good food to eat, therefore I'm real happy. Right guys, so before this video even gets started, I want to say a massive thank you to everyone that has showed such a crazy amount of support on my previous video, guys. It means the world to me, and I really didn't expect that video to get the overwhelming love and support that you guys and girls have shown. It's crazy. Like, I've got countless amounts of DMs from you all, either telling me your stories, how you can relate, or, you know, saying it's the right decision, or just showing support in general, which is crazy. People who I haven't spoken to in years have messaged me saying they've watched the video, and that's crazy. That means the world to me. So thank you all very, very, very much. Now, guys, welcome to the video. I have just finished my pre-workout meal. It's a miserable day outside here in the UK, which means one thing, and I'm sorry guys, it is leg day again! But we're going to do this slightly different. I'm going to give you guys a voice over of the leg session. I will be going to Forest Gym in Crawley. I've never been there before. I've heard it's quite a hardcore bodybuilding gym with some old school equipment. So that should be a good session. Now, obviously, you've all seen the title of this video in the thumbnail, and I will be addressing that subject further on in the video. But for now, guys, please like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Let's go smash the legs. We're going into a commentary in 3, 2, 1. Guys, before we get into the commentary, I want to share with you something very, very cool. Look what I got. A massive, massive resistance bands. I got the one by Pro-Tone Fitness, the green one. I believe this is the exact same one they have at Muscleworks, and I thought I'd buy my own. Purely because at Muscleworks I can't find my baby, so I'm going to buy my own one, which I did. I'm going to be using this in my leg press today. You better expect intensity from today. This is going to be a madness. Anyway, now that I've shown you my new toy, links will be in the description for this exact one. It's leg day. Let's get this PB, baby. What's up, guys? What's cracking today? We're at the Forest Gym in for legs. As you can see, we're loading up the hack squat. This was my main movement today. Before this, we started with the lying hamstring curl and moved into one set on the leg extension just to get blood moving around the legs, warm the knees up a bit and get ready to go to war. So main movement was the hack squat. This is my main set going down here, my top set. A lot of you guys ask me how many sets I do on my main movement, my rep ranges, all that stuff. So I'm going to quickly talk about that now. Okay, so on my main movements, guys, I tend to do one loading set, which will be between 5 to 10 reps, and then one back off set, which tends to be anywhere between, I'd say, 8 reps and 15. I sometimes even go past 15. I guess the moral of the story is you don't want to leave reps in reserve, okay? But the next time, so say for example, your loading set, you get 11 reps. That's fine, that's great, but then the next time you do your loading set, you need to pick a heavier weight, so you're having, you know, you're having failure between the 5 and the 10 range. Otherwise, you're more doing a back off set. The whole point of a loading set is to load it. This is my back off set going down on the hack squats. Very, very, very hard hack squat, not going to lie. Did feel it in my knees a little more. But yeah, back off set, we looked for, I think we've got 12 reps today. But like I've just said, you know, my back off sets tend to start at 8 reps and they'll go sometimes to 20 reps, just depending on fatigue, depending on my mentality that day. I try not to leave any reps in reserve. One thing I do make sure to do on my back off set is just to nail my execution. So as you can see, this set of hack squats, I'm really focusing on the depth. I'm really focusing on the tempo. I'm really focusing on everything just to make sure I'm targeting my quads as much as possible. Of course, I'm focusing on execution in my top set, but sometimes the loading can, you know, take over. And that's where we need to think, are we ego lifting, or, you know, is execution still beneficial? Because if it gets to the point where execution isn't beneficial, then that's what I'd call, you know, ego lifting. So there's a very fine line between, you know, ego lifting and actually a proper loading set. So just keep that in mind, guys. If you're going for your top set and you're not executing properly, then you need to drop the weight. A lot of people will chase the logbook and forget about execution and then make no progress and wonder why. That's because the execution's gone out the window and they're just, you know, obsessed with getting stronger, which is good. You guys do need to get stronger, but you need to get stronger with great execution. That's how you're going to build muscle mass. That's how you're going to build the new tissue. And that's how you're going to build overall strength. Okay, so Movement number 4 today, the banded leg press. This is the best for me, guys. I love how the banded leg press works in terms of the resistance the band creates. It completely wipes you out, I'm not going to lie. The whole point of this is to pause at the bottom and drive up through the hole. As you can see, the band here, it's pulling down constantly. So when I'm at the bottom, instead of just having the weight, you know, to kind of handle, the band's now pulling the weight towards me when I come back up again. So when I explode out there, I'm having to fight the weight and I'm having to fight the band. Therefore, you know, the tension is increased by a substantial amount. So if you guys haven't tried a banded leg press, I heavily recommend you do. It will wipe you out. This was my top set. I could have potentially gone heavier. So like I just said there, the rep ranges I'm using and my kind of, you know, training methods, I could have, you know, at least had another plate aside here purely because I think I got 12 to 15 reps, which is more of a back off set. I had a little bit more room to load here, but I've never used this leg press before, and I just wanted to make sure that I got, you know, relatively good reps with relatively safe form. Here's my back off set. So again, execution here. I was focusing on pausing at the bottom. So as you can see, when my knees are coming down and I'm at the bottom, I'm pausing and then I'm driving up like that rep you just seen. What's that going to do, guys? You're taking momentum out of the movement. So this is ultimately making it even harder because now you're pausing at the bottom with your knees to your chest. The band is actually pulling the weight towards you and then you're firing out with no momentum, meaning it's going to be even harder to, you know, get the weight out because you've got no momentum now, the band's pulling you down and then you're exploding up, fighting the weight and then fighting the band, which is also pulling you down. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, back off set, we backed off to 200 kilos now, just working on the execution again, making sure I over-exaggerate the pause, because believe me, guys, the pause makes a massive difference with it when it comes to the leg press. Take out the momentum. I think this is like one of the most common movements where I see people in the gym just doing it terribly wrong. Either their range of motion will be poor or they just won't, you know, they just won't be able to get the tempo right. Right, guys, I'm going to leave that voice over there. I hope you enjoyed it and learned some things. Like I said, Forest Gym's details will be in the description box below. I'm going to end this little workout footage with some raw RDLs. I hit a PB yesterday of 210 kilos for 5 reps. Although M is playing in the background, so hopefully YouTube don't copyright it. But yeah, please like, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, and enjoy the rest of the video, people. The Last Supper Starbucks edition, people, with yourself D-Mac. This is nuts, man. I feel like I'm in the Last Supper. Guys, so very good session at Forest Gym today. I'll put the address in the description for you guys. Go check it out. Post-workout Starbucks going in. We got 150 grams of Cocoa Pops, 56 grams of MTS Whey blueberry muffin, and then today, guys, we've actually got a real blueberry muffin. Oh my god. You have no idea how long I've craved the blueberry muffin, people. Like, that's it. I've wanted to eat one of these for like 6 months. Now I've got my very own. Well, thanks for joining me at the Last Supper. As you can see, my disciples all spread out. Judas is on his way back. Should be crucified in the next 20 minutes or so, guys. But the Last Supper, post-workout meal, is done. And we are back in the present day. Jeez, I'm not even gonna lie, I swear my beard's got longer overnight. Repping that new Trained by JP top. I'll give you a better look now. So, really cool design, white on top, black on bottom. I got the extra large because I like baggy t-shirts, because I personally don't care how I look when I train. I just care how I feel. So I can't be wearing these tight shirts because it just makes me feel so claustrophobic, and I just hate it. I'd rather feel nice. This material's amazing. It's nice and baggy, so when I do get a pump, I'm not like restricted, and it just enables me to feel good in my clothing, which means I can train really well. Because the last thing I want is like most people wear like this skin tight clothing to show off their muscles. I'm not really there to show off, I'm just there to train hard, and as long as I feel good in what I'm wearing, I normally train very well. So representing the new Train by JP top, links will be in the description. The material on these bad boys are muy bueno. I'm not even sure if that's a word, but what I meant to say is the material on these tops are very good. And now it's time to discuss the main subject of this video you clicked on today. Judging by the thumbnail, the title, that's probably why you clicked on this video. So now we're going to talk in depth to why I am coming off of everything. Ugh. Okay guys, so I am coming off every single thing I've taken, every single thing I am taking for a period of time. How long, I honestly can't tell you. Now, for the sake of this video, I'm not going to be putting like syringes or anabolics in the video, just because I feel there's no need. Obviously, there was some in the thumbnail, but for the sake of the video, I'm not going to be including that in the content. So, my current cycle, what was it? 500 milligrams of test a week, 225 milligrams of tren acetate a week, 200 milligrams of Mastrin a week, 50 milligrams of Anavar pre-workouts, 80 mcg of clenbuterol every day on wake, and then 25 mcgs of T3 every day on wake. So now guys, I'm coming off everything. I'm coming clean. Your boy Danny Mac will be no longer on steroids as of right now. Now, every single person who's been on cycle dreads coming off because they know what's going to happen. And it's not necessarily fun. So me, mentally, this is a big challenge, okay guys? So I'm going to document it. I'm going to give you my honest opinion. I'm going to give you my honest thought process, everything as we go through the process of me coming off cycle. I'm going to go through how I'm feeling, how it's training my training. Obviously, I'll be doing physique updates, so you guys will see everything. And I'm going to try and be as transparent as possible and not lie to the camera for you guys, because that's just not what I do. Okay guys, so for you guys asking, what do you do now? What are you going to do? What's the process? Blah, blah, blah. I am currently off cycle, okay? So my last injection was on the Friday, and I haven't jabbed since. It is now the Wednesday, okay? So the jab I missed was on Monday. So I'm currently on absolutely nothing, okay? So the process is I'm going to wait for around 8 weeks, and I'm going to go get my blood work done. My blood work will then indicate, for you guys that don't know what blood work is, you simply go get a blood test at East Surrey, you pay for it from Medichecks, they do the blood test at East Surrey, then you can select the blood test you want, so it shows the results you want. So for me, I'm going to go for all my organs, I'm going to go for all my hormones, basically everything inside of me. You send the bloods off to Medichecks, they send it back within 2 or 3 days, and then you get your blood work back with all the results. Now, what I'm going to do is, depending on my blood results, I'm going to have to put some of the blood markers and the hormones back in range. So that's going to happen in 8 weeks. Between now and then, I'm debating on doing a PCT, a HCG cycle, maybe throw in some Nova and Clomid, although I need to kind of do my research on doses of that because I'm not very good at it. Although thankfully for me, I have people I can speak to that can that can help me with this. So a PCT will be implemented in the next 2 weeks, I'd say, just depending on how I'm feeling. But last time I came off, which was a long time ago, I did do 5,000 IUs of HCG, and for you guys that don't know what that is, just to put it very simply, it basically helps restart natural test production in your testicles. Obviously, but yeah, that's what I done last time. I didn't actually use Clomid or Nova, which are other PCT drugs, and I felt absolutely fine. But that is what I'm going to do, guys. I'm off cycle now completely. I want to be transparent with you guys. There's no cruising going on. There's nothing. I'm literally injecting 0. I'm taking no orals, no nothing. I'm absolutely natural right now, bruh. Natty as it gets. But I will be processing the process to show you how it goes. It's going to be hard for me, guys, because I haven't had a full-on break in a very long time. And I'm talking a very long time. So for me to come off now mentally, it's a bit challenging. you know, my strength is going to go down, my physique isn't going to look as crispy, my mood is going to be affected, but that's what I have to do, guys, because at the end of the day, health is the priority, yeah? Longevity is the game. If you die, you can't train. If you die, you can't train. Simple as that. If you got organ issues, you can't train. So we need to actually make sure our health is prioritized so we don't have those problems, so therefore we can keep training and we can keep doing what we love. To end this video, I just want to say a lot of people forget that mental health and mental strength is where it's going to take you to the future, okay? You can have a strong body but a weak mind and you will get nowhere. But if you have a strong body and a stronger mind, you will take over. You will take over. But that's it for today's video, guys. I just wanted to share this story with you. I will be off cycle now. I'm looking forward to documenting my entire process, showing you guys the results of my blood work, showing you guys how my physique changes. Thank you to everyone that has watched this video. Please like, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. There is going to be some gnarly content coming this week. And I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.